What is up, everyone? So let's do last week's trade recap. This video is going to come out a little late, but late's better than never, right? So last week was one of my first losing weeks in quite a while on the NASDAQ. It was just a tough week overall. Honestly, should have been sizing down, but it is what it is. So let's get through it. I didn't lose too much. Honestly, I got pretty close to break even on the week, but let's show you guys what I took. So on Monday last week, I had two winning trades, um, which is pretty good for a Monday. So in the morning, we had a 9:30 Judas swing. We came out, took liquidity, and immediately reversed off of it. And I took two trades back to back at around 10:30. So at around 10:30, we generated this liquidity here, and we inversed this 1 minute here. So once we had this 1 minute inversion, we had this 5 minute unfilled fair value gap down here, and that was my target. So I took that model, and it played out for 63 points. I had my stop above this wick here, and yeah, pretty much went straight to TP right here on this candle. And we got the bounce. We got a 1 minute inversion off of the 5 minute fair value gap getting filled, and we had all this generated liquidity here, this LRL that I marked out, which I just mentioned. And then my target was originally the liquidity at the top of that wick there for 81 points, but ES took out this liquidity before NQ did, so that put it in an SMT. So I just full closed the position there, which was the right move because it would have came all the way back down to my entry, So got 70 points there as well. So really, really nice start to the week. So that was Monday. This whole week was just a whole lot of just nuking. Like the stock market is not looking great on bigger time frames now, on higher time frames, I should say. Nasdaq's down like what, 14% from the highs now. So it's just a whole lot of volatility to the downside, and pretty rough conditions to trade because of that. Just volatility, the delivery isn't as great, and all of that. So so Tuesday I got one break-even trade and one losing trade here, and I think that's all I took for Tuesday. Yep. So let's go over these. So again, I took 10 a.m. trades for here. We had this unfilled 5 minute fair value gap, which I won't go into the higher time frame for it, but I mark it out with these lines here, 5 minute. And we had this 1 minute inversion from there to there. The only thing that I would change about taking this setup was we didn't tap into anything that was key. We were just kind of like re-sweeping liquidity over and over again, from here to here to here to here, so we usually see some form of reversal after 3 liquidity sweeps, and this time it just happened to be 4 times. So we got this inversion, which is the same model that I took on Monday, and even like that I take all the time, basically. So 1 minute inversion targeting the unfilled 5 minute fair value gap, and unfortunately just it did not happen. We just immediately nuked to the downside. Just like I said, we're super bearish the whole week. Like just this move alone was almost 2%, right? So yeah, completely front ran this level. Not even ES took this. So just it told me that delivery wasn't that great. So yeah, so then the second trade I took that day was here. Honestly, like this price action was horrible. I mean, this just looks like barcodes, but we had this 1 minute inversion on the inside of this, and I think we had a fair value gap down here, but my main target was this liquidity, but obviously it did not play out. Thankfully, it was just a break even and not a complete loss. So there was that. If I didn't have the break even level set, I probably would have gotten at least TP1, because this would have been it here. But yeah, I just got stopped out break even, so nothing there. Okay, so I think that was all for Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. So there was quite a few trades. So coming into Wednesday, let's see what there was. All right. Yet again, another 10 a.m. trade. This was actually a loss. So we had this 5-minute inversion here, 5-minute inversion. I wanted to target this hourly unfilled fair value gap, which was an obvious draw on liquidity to me. And clearly it was, because we did take that out before delivering higher. But clearly it wanted to stop me out first, you know. So we love that. We had a 5-minute inversion, like I said. We had this 5-minute unfilled fair value gap up above here, which formed, I think, after I entered the trade. So it was kind of unfortunate that that happened. And we ended up filling that, delivering even much above it before continuing lower. So it even front ran my break even level. So if it came like, you know, a couple points lower, I would have been stopped to break even, but it happens. So we also had, okay, yeah, so we had 2 more trades that day. So usually my rules are I either have to have 2 wins to stop trading, 2 losses, or like 4 trades where, you know, 2 of them could be break even, 1 loss, 1 win, for example. So 4 trades total, and that's if I'm getting 2 break evens, you know. But yeah, so here we had a delivery into this unfilled 15-minute fair value gap. We had a 2-minute inversion. That was the highest time frame fair value gap in the leg that got in this leg that got inverted. So once that was inverted, I entered the trade here and targeted this unfilled 1 hour fair value gap up here, and we got sent straight to my profit target pretty much immediately. Could have left a runner here, but there was really no other targets that I was seeing on the chart, obviously. So yeah, pretty quick 35-point win. And then once that happened, we got this nuke here. We put in this 5-minute inversion to the downside, and we had this 4-minute bearish fair value gap that we were respecting. So I decided to enter the trade there for a short and target this unfilled 5-minute down here, along with these 2 lows here, right? Because this was kind of forming like some LRL, like here. Which is usually like a great draw for liquidity, but it just didn't happen. We even put in another low here that didn't take out any of the lows. So just pretty much unlucky there. So I got stop break even, because honestly my break even level was super tight. And the only reason it was like that was because of this price action. I mean, this is, I don't know, what, from 112 to like 130, just like 10 to 15 minutes of just chop. So it was just painful to bear. So I just moved my stop break even kind of early because it was this low here. I could have waited till we got to this low at least, but price action which just wasn't great. So that was Wednesday last week. So let's move on. Yeah, so I had like 3 more trades on the week. Let's see, I think Thursday is when I took some losing trades as well. Let's see. So we had, okay, yeah. So this was a break-even trade, believe it or not. Okay, so we took out this 5-minute, we filled this 5-minute fair value gap up here and put in an SMT with ES, I believe. So we had that, and then my target, I think this was a fair value gap. No, it was previous day low. Yeah, so this was previous day low. That was my draw on liquidity. And we filled this 5 minute fair value gap. So we were delivering off of that. We put in this 1 minute inversion here. And I targeted previous day low, which was honestly just such a good setup that formed pretty quickly into the morning. This was at like 9:40. So the thing that happened here and why I moved my stop break even was we put in an SMT with ES. So ES took out this low and NQ didn't. So this would have been my break even point if ES came and swept that here. But ES did it before NQ could. So got a break even trade there. And we didn't touch previous day low until way down here, until way over here. I mean, so like during lunch hour. So that tells you the state of the market. We had, so I took a trade in PM, which I don't often do too much, but we had this 5 minute inversion here. And we had these highs up here, which seemed like a good draw on liquidity, especially this one, which didn't even get tapped, but I was targeting more internal highs anyway because of the price action that I was seeing. I was happy to get, internal liquidity swept and take my profit where I could. So we had this 5 minute inversion, and rarely do I take 30-second inversions, but this just looks super solid. So I took this 30-second inversion with my break-even level here at this intermediate term high and targeted this internal liquidity here. And we had, believe it or not, this was also a break-even trade because I took this trade on MNQ on micros, and on the micro contract, it wicked down into here and stopped me break even and then went immediately to my take profit. So that was kind of frustrating, but you can't control it, especially because here on NQ, it didn't even come close. It actually put in equal lows here and then reversed up and went to my take profit and took out this liquidity. But it is what it is. You literally can't do anything about it. So that was that. So Thursday, I took those 2 break-even trades. And so let's go to Friday. I took a one and done type of trade on Friday, which was really, really solid. So let's look at that. That'll be the last trade I took. So we were obviously still bearish. We were downtrending the entire week. So there was no reason for me to believe that wouldn't continue. So we came into this 5 minute unfilled fair value gap. We formed this nice wick, which was really solid to see, because we also inversed this 1 minute and this 1 minute fair value gap here. We had an inversion, and my target was previous day low, which is this white line here. And we had all this built liquidity here as well. So yeah, super solid trade. It happened really quickly as well. Super nice delivery on a Friday, which is super rare. But yeah, we got 97 points out of there for about 30 points of risk. So super solid. And after that, I just called it a day. So overall on the week, I came in a little bit in drawdown, but it wasn't bad at all. So it could have been a lot worse. I know a lot of traders this week got blown out because of the price action. I mean, look at this. We were just downtrending the entire week. So tough conditions. I mean, from Tuesday to Friday, the NASDAQ was down 14%. So approximately. So that's kind of insane. They're kind of tough conditions to trade in, especially when we're not getting any decent retraces. I mean, as soon as we got a retracement, it nuked down immediately back, or it nuked back down immediately. So yeah, so that was last week's trading recap. Let me know how you guys did. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I'll have this week's trading recap out on time on Saturday. So yeah, this week's trades have been pretty solid as well. So looking forward to that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to Go look at the description. There's some things you can do to support the channel. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.